Hey everybody. We're back in the bush Friday afternoon. I'm alone. I shouldn't say we're back. Well, we're back, me and the kitties. Cindy is away doing family things with her sister and her niece. Actually, 3 sisters and her niece. They're going down to Halifax and going to hang out for a few days, do sisterly things for the Mother's Day weekend. It's kind of cool. Blown away on the assembly video, how that's taken off on the backhoe, I'm going to call it. I was corrected by a couple of people now, and it's true. The machine that I bought, when you look right in Princess Auto's website, they market it as a mini towable excavator, they call it. And I knew that. Technically, an excavator has tracks and will spin 360, but it has a hoe on it. So, but it's kind of funny because the owner's manual, as terrible as it is, says backhoe on the cover, Red Rock backhoe. So I'm going to change the name of it, I guess, to a mini backhoe from a mini excavator, but whatever. And it's very intriguing to see what happens today. I just launched the video on testing it out front. So 2 minutes ago. So I'm curious if that's going to take off like the other one. It's kind of nice because the first video I put assembling it, I've got a bunch of subscribers already and a bunch of views already in a week. It took it a couple days and it's going big. So I'm starting to learn what people want to see. So this is ironic. How's this for irony at its finest? This is my side-by-side. This is my side-by-side cover. My side-by-side cover is on the machine and the poor side-by-side is sitting out in the weather. Well, that's a 2011, and this is brand new. So, you know, so that's the way for now. Here, I'm going to transport my machine from the front to the back. And anyway, over here, what I want to do, I've got a stump here I got to move and stuff now. That's got to come out of there. And I'm taking that little tree out over there, the little spruce, I guess it is, because I want to be able to pull in with the side-by-side with the machine and go right back out here and kind of do it now like a roundabout driveway affair is what I'm going to try to do to set it up. And there's a good rock here which I know is way too big to move. This one here, I might try to pull that out. I don't know how big it is yet. I don't know how. I may try to dig around it a little bit first with a shovel or something, and if it's not that big, that may be a nice job for that machine. And if that's not that big, I've got a real nice low spot right here I want to put it in anyway, because I want to fill this low spot in. So that may be one of the projects, and that thing might be like a freaking iceberg too. You don't know, right? It could be so big underground that I'm not going to destroy that little machine starting out. First time using it. It's beautiful over here already. It's such a drastic change in the weather already. It's 18 degrees right now Celsius, which is what, 65, 68 Fahrenheit, and it's supposed to go up to 21 today, which is 70, isn't it? 71. Just want to show you guys out front how nice these I don't know what you call them, snow in a mountain, I think they are, these white flowers you guys can see without glaring too bad. Or baby's breath. Baby's breath. That might be what they call it. But this is the most beautiful flower this time of year when it all blooms. But it's a shame because it's almost time for me to mow the lawn. And once you mow the lawn, you're going to take them off. So I'll probably hold off the next week or two on mowing because they are so nice that I want to save them. They're beautiful. But it's going to be nice. This weekend, I have a few things I want to get done today. I don't know if I'm even going to dig anything today. That's a good rock that I dug up the other day. Look at that. And here's another big one here that I dug and I buried again, and I need to pull this back out. That's a big rock right there. So isn't that crazy? What that machine will take out of here. But sorry about shaking the camera around. I practiced here with it the other day. You've seen in the new video. My raspberry bushes up here, they're starting to leaf out nice now. They're coming back. So what I'm going to do, this is part of today's plan, is I'm I'm going to cut all the dead growth, and you can see there's new growth at the base of this guy right down here. It looks really nice. So I'm going to cut all the dead off all these. Then I'm going to clean up around the base, pull the grass and weeds and everything out. Every one of them is still alive, every single one. And I brought tomato cages. So what I'm going to do, I tried chicken wire last year. I just tried sticking rings around them. Well, that didn't work too well at all. So what I'm going to do this year is wrap the chicken wire on a tomato cage. And that way it won't go anywhere, and I can anchor it in the ground. Even this one here, oh, there's one right there. And very, very, very soon, as soon as these get a little bit bigger, my buddy the porcupine is going to come out and he's going to destroy them all. So I'm going to beat him to it. I'm going to protect these things before this guy can eat them. So that's part of what I'm going to do today. But again, I'm here solo, just with the kitties, so no Cynthia. I also am going to fire up my generator, get my sump pump fired up, and I'm going to pump a bit of brook water into my water tank. It's been pretty dry here already. We had a bit of rain, but I didn't get that much rain, so I haven't got that much water in my tank. So I actually need to pump some water in the tank, and I'll pump brook water in. I don't mind. I'm not going to fill it. Maybe a third. And I'll put just a skiff of bromine in it. I've got a bit of that here. And the bromine will help with any bacteria. So there won't be any bacteria or anything in it. That'll help kill it, and it won't be enough that it'll harm us or anything. And I filter any of the water that I drink anyway. But you can see water levels way down here right now. That's all I got in the tank. That will go pretty quick if I don't add to it. But yeah, I have to pump some water in there. I'll turn my propane on. It's nice too, because the water heater is now functional again. So I can take a nice hot shower later, which is a beautiful setup. And that new pump I put in, 18 liters a minute, what a freaking difference over the first one I had. So that was a huge, huge improvement for that. But for now, I'm going to get the sump pump fired up and all that, and I'm going to pump some water in this tank, I guess, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. What a beautiful day in the woods, 21 degrees. I've got my generator running right now. I'm filling up my water tank because we haven't had enough rain lately. So I've got it going. Don't laugh when you see the hose over here. It's leaking everywhere. Come check this out. Just like a sprinkler. You think I'd invest in a new sump pump hose? You guys can see how much that's leaking or not, but I'm getting half the water through. I think it's an 1,800 gallon an hour or something like that sump pump. And it's down in the brook right now. I'm getting some water in the tank anyway. Haven't had much rain yet, so, and it still looks good. Some years the brook gets right yellow looking. As you guys can see, that water still looks pretty clear. So it's actually a really good year for the brook water so far. But it's just the end of the snow melt runoff season, so I'm probably going to take it up maybe to here, and that'll be enough for today. That'll be about another, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes of pumping. You can see here I get a strainer set up and tops, any chunks in that. Here's your water. Pretty good looking water coming out, but it is brook water. So what I will do is put just a skiff of bromine. I've got some upstairs I had for the hot tub, and just a tablespoon maybe, probably not even, probably a teaspoon in there. And stir it up. Nice to see the tank is sitting pretty level. The water line is running pretty level on it. So there's supposed to be some rain next week, but the water system's functional, so I want to use it. We came here last weekend and we really couldn't because there wasn't enough rain. The tank had a little bit of water in it, but not enough to really shower and do everything I wanted to do. But my new pump I installed works so well. I want to add some water to the system. Why not? And live the lap of luxury this weekend. Pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. Pretty cozy setup here. Place is pretty self-reliant, other than propane. It's about the only thing I would ever have to buy to, be self-reliant with a solar setup and all that, and a water system. And then in the winter, I still got a brook, so I can haul the water in buckets like I do. But today it's just going to be puttering around a bit. Tomorrow is going to be probably digging time. Get the machine back out. I got to do a couple things. I brought a grease gun. I got to grease the pins. Top up hydraulic fluid. It looked like it was a little bit down after I worked it the other day a bit, and it's just because I didn't purge it enough at the start. This is kind of cute. Check this out. Watching me from the catio up there. There's little Miss Daisy. What are you saying, Chickie? She's watching my every move. Daisy and Fred are here again. They love it here, so she's having a great time in there watching the birds in the windowsill again. It's awesome to have you guys here too. Well, it's time for me to head her out front for a little bit and do some maintenance on my raspberry plants, because I've got a lot of dead growth on them. I've got a bucket of compost right here in my hands, and I'm going to put some of that around all the plants, and that'll help liven them right up, right? Then I'm going to make up some cages with chicken wire on a tomato cage. So that should work pretty good. I just kind of came up with that one in my head the other day and thought it should work all right. Beautiful day out here. Absolutely beautiful day. It's already 24 degrees. The black flies are out, but they're not biting bad yet. But we're out here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 I think I have to do here. So let's check some of this out. This one here needs almost the whole plant pruned, but there's new growth coming up from the bottom, so it's going to do well. So I got to take pretty much every shoot off of this because they're all dead. There's a bunch of new growth up underneath. And these aren't the best cutters, cheap ones. But yeah, there's all kinds of new leaves. It's nice to see that this survived. Every one of them did, so. But if I don't cover these within a week or two, as soon as they start leafing out, I'll think, oh, this is great. And then I'll come and look and they'll be all mowed right down. Because there's porcupines around here. And they love these. This is all new growth right here, look at that. So it looks pretty healthy. So what I'm going to do is weed all this around, clean it up a bit, put some compost around each one, and then the cages. So this should help a little bit. Yeah, they look nice and healthy. So they did well surviving the winter. Get all the grass out of here. Don't need any competition. But that's all dead. But look at all the new growth there. So it's coming right up. So that plant will grow quite well this year. It should. So if I can keep them cut back, won't be too hard to maintain them. Almost need an edger out here and pull a bit of this out. There's one. Look at that. Let's put a bit of compost around it. This is just composted stuff I got here. I've had here for a year or so. That'll help it also, right? Give it a nice feed. We get a rain in a couple days. It's a mix of black earth and different stuff. So that'll help. Pencil. There you go. That's that one. I'm not going to film every one of these, so what I'll do is I'm going to go along, do the whole row here, and I'll talk to you guys when I'm at the top here and I'm all done. Well, there you go, guys. That's not too bad. Out of the row I planted, I've got, you can see them here. They look good. That guy looks good. This looks good. There's still life on this one. This one looks quite good. This one looks quite good. Little guy under there, hard to see. I got him almost covered. Little one there, little one here. So that's not too bad considering, right? I'm going to have a pretty good row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 or 10 raspberries right down the hill here. So the black flies are starting to get real nice out here right now. So I'm going to head back to the cabin for a bit. And what I got to do now is I have to take a bunch of my tomato cages and I got to wrap them in chicken wire. So I don't think you guys don't want to sit and watch me do that. Kind of funny looking here. I might have my own fiddleheads here in the front, but I don't see them. Love to have them. They're a delicacy around here. I don't know if you have them where you guys are at, but a fiddlehead they're called. We are right in season right now, and they're an ostrich fern is what they are in juvenile state, and we eat them, and they call them fiddleheads, and they're really good, steamed with butter on them. Vinegar some people put on them. I kind of like it sometimes too. There's a place right down the road on the way here. I'm pretty sure I could pick them if I really wanted to, but I don't know. I may even go for a drive down there tomorrow for a few minutes and see if I can get myself a feed of fresh fiddleheads. It'd be kind of nice. Might even show you guys. It'd be kind of cool before I start digging. Anyway, going back in the cabin for probably a coffee. 24 degrees out here right now. What a freaking beautiful day. And look what I'm going to do for dinner. I just got this lit. A charcoal barbecue. I haven't had a charcoal barbecue in a couple of years. I have a T-bone steak to cook. I was going to put it on my regular propane one, and I've got some veggies now to put in the side, but I've got this Coleman charcoal one. Why not do that, right? So it's just burning off here now. It's going to take a little while, and we'll get some food on here. It's going to be a nice T-bone and veggies. Beautiful day. I've got the whatchamacallit, it's already out front, the blah, 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 blah. I have the, can't talk anymore, tomato cages wrapped in chicken wire out front. I will take a walk a little later and show you guys what I did with it, and it actually came out pretty good on them. I think it's going to definitely help them. I need to do a couple more, but this is going to be tasty. As soon as this gets hot enough and all that, I can cook on it. So it's going to be wonderful to have a nice steak on charcoal. So talk to you in a bit. I guess I'll show you guys. All I did here is took some Brussels sprouts, put some onions on them, a little bit of oil. I'm going to put a little bit of spice on it, and I'm going to put tin foil over top to kind of seal everything in. And this is going to go on half of my barbecue here in a little bit. And then we're going to throw the steak on a bit later. Let's go see how these coals are looking. Look at that. That didn't take long. They are almost ready to cook. Another 10-15 minutes maximum, and then I'm going to stir them all out once they get burned a little better, and I'll put the grill on. We will be all set. I'll let that clean up a little bit, and then I'll brush it off. I'll get the barbecue brush them out back. Need to clean her up a little bit. This is going to be very nice to have charcoal steak for a change. Smells really good already. Not even cooking anything yet. Well, I have to give my veggies a little shake here because I'm sure they're getting pretty hot already. My foil pack on here. Well, shake, shake, shake. I'll flatten it down a bit. Then when I think it's getting close to cooked, I'm going to slide it over it with a steak on beside it. So it's going to be yummy. And I'm going to have some rice on the side with this. A fast and easy or something, I don't know. It's a rice mix that comes fast and fancy, maybe. Let's have a look. Fast and Fancy Ben's Original. That's what else we're having. Garden vegetable style with my T-bone that is all lightly seasoned. That's light with Montreal steak spice. So it's going to be very good dinner. I'm going to be putting that on in a few minutes. I'm going to get the rice going here now, I think. How good does that look? Barbecued steak. How nice does that look sitting in the background? Beautiful machine. After I eat, I may play around with this a bit. I don't think I'm going to dig any holes this evening, but I may back it up move the truck, back it up into the spot where the truck is there and level it right out and check the hydraulic fluid. I want to do that. And I'll be digging tomorrow for sure. This dinner's going to be so good. This smells wonderful. What a wonderful meal it's going to be tonight. Beautiful. How good do these look? Oh, look at that stuff. How nice is that? Brussels sprouts and onions. That looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. Wow. Give me a nice dinner. Oh, those are cooked. Oh, yeah. I wish sweet Cindy was here to enjoy it with me, but she's not, and I'm sure she's having a great dinner with her sisters. So it's so nice. They have a really close family. There you go. That is done like a dinner. Had to get that off there before we overcook it. And those are going to be overcooked also if I cook them much longer. So you could still cook 2 or 3 meals on this. That's the crazy part. Anybody that's ever used charcoal, old school, you can keep cooking on this all evening. Still all kinds of coals left there. I'm going to go in and add the rice to that, and that's going to be dinner. Works for me, guys. Well, there's what I've having for dinner, guys. How good does that look? Oh my God, it smells wonderful. I have to sit down and eat. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten much yet today. All I can say is wow. That was probably one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. Oh man. And look how much coals is still here. You could still cook another full meal on that. That's a shame about a barbecue, eh? Oh, but that's still so hot. You never, unless you're at a campground somewhere, you tell the neighbors come on over. But I'm going to take a quick walk out front and just show you guys what I did out here. Got a fine toothpick, my teeth are all full of steak. Be back in a second here, we get out front. It's unbelievable, it's 21 degrees, which is just perfect. And there's enough of a breeze right now, it's keeping the flies away, so it's not too bad. Anyway, you can see here, I think you can see, cage, 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 cage. You can see they're all cleaned up, cage. This one should have a cage and it doesn't. I gotta do more, another one here. There's another one here. So that alone is going to help a lot with the problem of porcupines coming out of here and just wrecking this stuff, as they did it a couple times on me already. So that one there, I need a way bigger ring because there's a bunch of it outside, but what I'm going to do is train them in, and hopefully, and it'll give it a bit more support too, because when raspberries get big they just want to fall over. So, and this little guy here is a blackberry, and there's a blackberry there, and I actually did find a bit of life in both of them. That's why I put a little bit of compost around them and stuff. And they need cages also, but they're really too small right now to worry about it. So, but what a night. So beautiful to be here right now. Because it's so mild out, it feels like summer. But again, there's enough breeze. The black flies are out. They're not biting me though. That won't be long, but it's not yet. Might even go for driving my side-by-side in a bit, I'm not sure. Tomorrow, when I get my machine going, this whole bank along here, there's a tree there, but around it, and this whole hump here, I'm going to take some of that gravel out of here to start with that machine. Those roots have been cut off for years, and it hasn't really bothered them, so I'm just going to dig this part, excuse me, out of here, and all this stuff here too. Because again, there's quite a hump. I can go in there a ways if I want and pull some soil out of here, use some of that for fills. So But again, I have some maintenance I have to do on it a little bit before I use it again. So that's going to be greasing the pin. I love to get it down in there and clean up a bit. There's also a spot, I'm just all over the place, sorry. Spot right down in here, but there's a hole. And I don't know, it almost always says water in it right here. See, that's wet right there. Well, that may very well be a spring. Well, if that's a spring, it would be nice to have a spring this handy to the front, because I can water the garden a whole lot easier, right? If I ever want to water it. So I need to figure out how, and I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to take a couple of these little trees out of here. These are a little wild cherry tree, I think. This is a small one. But I need to take at least a couple of them out of here, get the machine down in there, and I'm going to dig that hole out. Dig down 3 or 4 feet, see what happens. The machine will get down 7, they say, if I can get right down in there beside it, which I could if I took some of this crap out. So, but I wouldn't mind digging that out, and I may even do that this weekend and clean up a bit in here. That's an old rotten dead stump. Be kind of cool to pull that out with it, but that's kind of pushing it, I think, on that. Unless the roots were, there's a dead stump there. I'm sure I can use it to pull that. It's a dead stump back in there. Dead stump right in here. Might start using it for doing some of that too. That machine is made for more than just moving dirt, right? Look at that. Dead stump there. You could probably sit here and just yank that out of there so easy, stuff like that. So, kind of interesting to try. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the rest of my Friday evening, I think. And I hope you guys are enjoying your evening, or day, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you're at. So, it's wonderful to have you back. The beast. Quite a brave guy. Live simply, remain grateful. You don't know how grateful I am that I can own something like this and have it to utilize here at the cabin. What a wonderful addition to this place it's going to be. I can let this cool down for a while. Well, there I had a pretty productive evening. Had my wonderful supper. Fired it around a bit. Check that out. Where that old tree stump was right there that I just cut last week. That's gone. This little tree here was gone. So now I have some room to get in around here. Because my goal is to be able to bring the machine in with my side-by-side and kind of park it here, and then I can turn, kind of have a bit of a roundabout driveway and park it right here and then go back out through there. So again, that road there is going to need some work. It's there's a couple big rocks. They're going to have to be filled over or removed. So great big one here. There's no way I'm going to move that. That's a big rock. I know, I wouldn't even try it. So I'm going to have to put some fill here so I can get up over that. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing some digging. It is an absolutely beautiful evening. It's still 20 degrees right now. And I'm done for the night. Gonna kick back and enjoy my Friday night. I come out real good buzzing that off. I brought a different chainsaw over this week. Anybody that knows their power equipment, a couple people would know what that is, not too many. They're Japanese. It's called Maruyama. And I've had this for a couple years now, and it's kind of funny where I got that, a customer of mine. That's a landscaper call. It's a pro saw. That's probably 25 years old, and that was a pile of money when that was new. A very good customer of mine found that laying on the side of the highway, picked it up. It must have fallen out of somebody's truck or something. This was years ago. Brought it to me. I tuned it up, put a carb kit in it, got it running. Wonderful, beautiful saw, and it's just got too much compression. He cannot start it. So he called me up last year. He said, you know what, you want that saw? Come get it. I just used it. What a beast. Things like good as a Husqvarna, good as a Stihl, good as any of those ones. Maruyama, and they make some real good quality brush cutters. String trimmers, brush cutters, and that. Real good quality Japanese. The same as a Shindella. Similar quality stuff. So Red Max would be similar too, but that is a Maruyama. Black flies are starting to come out here tonight, so I'm gonna head back in the cabin. I think squirrels are eating good on the feeders anyway. They're happy. But yeah, the black flies are coming out finally. Well, it's Saturday morning, hanging with Miss Daisy. She's all wound up here this morning. She's having fun watching the birds in the window. I had quite a conglomeration of them there yesterday. Yellow finches and red house finches and chickadees and sparrows, and man, I had all kinds of birds out there. I had one hummingbird on the hummingbird feeders so far. We just put that out last week. Haven't seen many yet, but they're supposed to be back in the Maritimes. Had one at my house actually too the other day, so they are coming back around. Even had a couple ducks in the brook there swimming around, a couple mallards, and they've been here the last couple weeks too, so it's nice to see. I got the pins greased on the machine yesterday. I got the grease gun out, and I got the fluid out, and I topped her up full. It wasn't down much, half a liter maybe, to get her right up to full. It holds like 14.6 liters, so that's quite a bit of fluid. Just a reservoir, the tank, so I had to top that up. I am going to do a seat upgrade in that too. I see people were commenting in the other video there about the seat, and the seat is terrible on it, really. That's about the cheapest lawn tractor seat that you could put in anything. That's going to be upgraded, and they have one right now on sale at Princess Auto, the same place I got it. That's actually a suspension seat. I think it's got a shock right in it, and it's not even that expensive, so I may have a look at one of them next week. And it could be an upgrade I do on that thing next. I don't know. I'm going to do some digging with it in a little bit, but it's not going to be this video. It's going to be the next video. I'm going to get her out and dig some holes here a bit later today. I'm going to move some earth around. I got a rock. Might try to move with it over here in the driveway. I'm not sure yet how confident I am on my skill on it yet. It's going to take a while. But you know what is cool to see? The videos are going nuts on digging already. That video I put up yesterday, I'm behind, obviously, when you're going to see this, but I put the video up yesterday, my first test, just hauling it over here and using it, and I had a pile of views just overnight, not even, way more than my videos normally get, so, and subscriber numbers are going right up fast off of these videos, so it seems to me people want to see guys dig, and I guess that's why we all play with Tonka toys and we're kids, and we become big boys, and we still like playing in the dirt, so nothing wrong with that. It's awesome. It's a wonderful machine to have here, and I know it's going to be, it's going to be a back saver for sure. But I got a lot of stuff done around here yesterday, kind of right up to the goal of what I wanted to get done. I wanted to get the water tank pumped up a bit. I wanted to get the that tree stump cut off, which I did from the tree I took down last week. And I wanted to get the screen around my raspberries out front, because I'm tired of losing them every year to the porcupines. So those little tasks have all been done. The black flies are out just a tiny bit, but they're not unbearable yet. They were buzzing around me when I was working with the chicken wire out there by the garage. And I just kind of swatted a couple of them off, and I don't think I even got a bite. But today could be a different story, especially if I start digging. It may be fun. Back when I built this cabin, it was so bad, and it was right exactly this time of year, right exactly the middle of May, that it was so bad I had to wear a bug net over my head, one of them deals, because when you breathe in, they go up your nose, they go in your mouth, they fly right into your eyes, and they fly right in your eyes, and they fly right in your ears. And there's nothing worse than black flies buzzing around you. But what's better? Well, mosquitoes, they're next. So, but at least I have a Thermacell, which is a good machine. Anybody ever tried one of those Thermacells? They keep mosquitoes away. No good for black flies. Anyway, I'm going to probably shut this video down now. I think this is enough for one. Wonderful to have you guys around. It's wonderful to see the numbers going up fairly quickly in this channel. So I guess it's going to, it is going to build to be something. My bird friends and I thank you guys so much for everything, and Fred's sitting over there, he says, nice to have you here too. Yeah, I think this is pretty much enough for now, and I am going to make another video this weekend, which you guys will see very soon too, which is going to be actually getting the rig out there and actually using it a little bit today, and I'm going to put some earth in the back of the side-by-side and moving around that way, so, and then dump it out of that. So if nothing else, my friends out there, live simply, remain grateful, and be kind to somebody today. The world needs way more of that now. There's a lot of negative people out there. There really is. We'll talk to you soon.